Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my video of showing all of my Beatles compilation albums. Now, I've only got a few more to show, but there are a few sort of bigger compilations. Now, the first compilation I have to show is the Beatles Yellow Submarine song track. Now, unlike the 1969 Yellow Submarine album, it doesn't just have the new songs written especially for the film, but it's also got every other Beatles song that appeared in that film. And those Beatles songs are just all from previous albums or wherever. So it's got like Yellow Submarine and Sgt. Pepper's, all that type of stuff. So this is kind of, well, in a way it's a compilation. I like to class it as one. And this was released in 1999, so obviously it's got a barcode at the top. Nice cover on this. It's also got a nice sticker on the corner there, advertising the film for video and DVD. Also, it has a brilliant gatefold sleeve on the inside. It's lots of different sort of pictures from the film, and every song that appears in the film kind of has its own little section. So, When I'm 64, Baby You're a Rich Man, All You Need Is Love, they're all here. And if you've seen the film, I'm sure you'll recognise a lot of these scenes. I've got to say, it is without a doubt one of the weirdest films I've seen ever, but it's also fun and, well, just brilliant really. You know, it's a great laugh, I suppose. So, and this particular copy is on a really nice yellow vinyl on both sides. Obviously Yellow Submarine, yellow vinyl. And it took me quite a while to get a copy of this. Now, I think the yellow vinyl was released in order to promote the album, and then the black vinyl copies followed shortly after. I believe that's the case. So very nice on yellow vinyl. Now here is the standard black vinyl copy, also released in 1999. Now, if I take it out of its sleeve here, this is actually a still sealed copy, so I can't actually show you the vinyl. However, this doesn't have the sticker in the top corner there that I did on the previous one, the yellow vinyl, advertised in the film for video and DVD, so maybe that was just for promotional purposes. Still got the barcode, and obviously the back's exactly the same, and I'm sure the gatefold will be exactly the same as well. Next up, we have the Beatles 1. Now this is a huge compilation, and it was released in the year 2000, and it's a double album. And here's the track listing. So, it's pretty much every number one the Beatles had. It does miss out a couple of the tracks though. Like there's no Strawberry Fields Forever on there, for instance. But apart from that, it's pretty thorough, so very good. It's also got some like The Long and Winding Road, which is a number one in the US rather than in the UK, because it was never released as a single in the UK. But nevertheless, it's a very, very good compilation. Barcode, of course. Now this album was re-released last year, so you can get the reissue of this as well, but this is an original copy. And here is the gatefold on the inside. Got George and Ringo on one side, and you've got Paul and John on the other. And you also get a lot of nice things with this album. Now firstly, very much like the White Album, you get 4 pictures, one of each member of the band, and these are the same photos from the gatefold. Nice and big and glossy. So they're really good. And you also get this. Now this is an amazing poster. I won't unfold the whole thing because it's enormous, but it shows you Beatles picture sleeves from like around the world. Very, very nice. And like I said, that's just a section of the poster. It's absolutely huge, but that's brilliant as well. Now the inner sleeves are also very colourful, and they showcase the same picture sleeves from lots of different countries. Like there's an American one, and I think that's a Dutch one. All sorts. And there's the back. Just talks a bit about them. And it gives you the track listing for the two sides of the record inside here. And the other inner sleeve is similarly decorated. And same on the back as well. It's a very nice set, this. Very nice indeed. Now the labels for this album are definitely nothing too special. It's just, well, number 1 and a little bit of information around the outside. Same for sides 2, 3 and 4, it's just this. But otherwise it's an absolutely magnificent little set. Now the final Beatles compilation I have to show you is the Beatles from Liverpool box set, and this wasn't actually a recent release, but it certainly is a huge one. Now this set was released in 1980 and has a whopping 8 LPs with something like 124 tracks, and it's more or less every single Beatles song, not quite every song, but about 90% of them. So I'll show you the box first of all. This is what the back looks like. So I'll open this up. Now the lid is actually supposed to be connected to the rest of it, but unfortunately my copy isn't. Oh well. So on the underside of the lid, it's got the complete track listing. So it starts with Love Me Do and ends with Her Majesty. So it's really just the best part of the Beatles catalogue. If we look, it's got each album on with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 songs from that album. Something like that. So that's fantastic. Now each of the 8 records comes in like a unique picture sleeve, so I'll show you that. Here's record 1. And each one obviously has a track listing on, but it's also got a nice big write-up talking about the Beatles at that time. So it's a really high quality set, this. Now I'll just show you the first record label because they are all the same. And this box obviously hasn't had multiple pressings. So here it is. It's just the standard 2-box Parlophone label with EMI Records Limited, which is right for 1980. And here is record number 2. Here's the cover for this one. And the back. So this is sort of the Hard Day's Night era. And the third sleeve. This is sort of like Beatles for Sale and Help. And the fourth. Number 5. Number 6. We're almost there now. Here's number 6. Number 7. And finally, number 8. Number 8. And here's just the bottom of the box. Alright, so that is the end of part 2 of my Beatles compilation series. I hope you enjoyed these videos, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.